Assalamualaikum. Today, me, Fatma and my group member, which is one of our Yasmin, want to present about speech review for our assignment HPS 2013. For this speech review, we have two videos. For the first video given by our lecturer, the title of the video is Lisa Kama's graduation keynote speech, and the second video is a selection from our own group. The title is The Next Outbreak, We Are Not Ready. The speech is from Bill Gates. We want to compare about the difference between their speech delivery.
Okay, before that, for your knowledge of this speech, for the whole of the first video, it tells about a graduate giving a motivation to her audience, and for the second video, it tells about the study of disease that occur and that will happen. Okay, next for the speaker's objective, I will pass to Fatma.
Okay, now we go to the speaker's objective. Speaker's one objective is to motivate the audience and her junior, which in the speech, she always gives various words of encouragement at the minute 5:48 seconds. There are some video clips that we cut in the next slide. You can see after this. Okay, next for the speaker's two objective is to spread awareness about a dangerous epidemic disease which was going on that year. The purpose of the speaker's speech was to give awareness, to take it seriously and take precautions about the coming disease. For a few examples, you can see the video clip on the next slide at the minute 37 seconds. This video for speaker 1.
Believe me, you did not throw away your shot, because if you graduated having completed most of your coursework from the comfort of your own bed staring into your laptop, you made it. I see you.
Next, first.
Today, the greatest risk of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this. If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus.
Okay, now I want to present about the audience and context for the speech, which is where and when will the speech be delivered. Okay, for the speaker 1, the speech was delivered after she sang for a while. It can be seen at minute 2:29 seconds. Okay, for the speaker 2, the speech was delivered as soon as he entered the room while pushing the gas barrel. It can be seen at minute 13 seconds. All of the video clips are on the next slide. Okay, this is the video 1 for speaker 1. She sang for a while.
In my junior year of college, listening to the Hamilton soundtrack became my coping mechanism.
This is the video for speaker 2.
When I was a kid, the disaster we worried about most.
Okay, now Fatma.
The next speech delivery is the way speaker speaking. For the speaker 1, the speaker plans her speech yearly before the ceremony because sometimes before she speaks, she reads some notes. For example, you can see the video clip at the minute 3:05 seconds on the next slide. And the speaker was good in delivery speech because she can attract the audience from the beginning till the end. And next, for the speaker 2, the speaker used method delivery extemporaneous speaking because the speaker is allowed to properly plan their presentation, such as the speaker enters with empty hand without notes, and the speaker prepare the gas barrel and also visual aid. You can see, for example, a video clip at the minute 17 seconds, and the speaker is able to convey the ideas clearly and interestingly. Is for speaker 1.
I came here on a scholarship, a long way from my home in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This opportunity to be here.
Okay, next, video 1 for speaker 2.
Okay, now I want to present about speech content and structure, which is before the speech. Okay, for the speaker 1, the chairman of the event shared an interesting background about the speaker. It can be seen at minute 13 seconds. After that, the speaker was introduced in appropriate way. She said thank you to the whole audience. It can be seen at minute 1:54 seconds. Okay, next is for the speaker 2. The speaker was pushing a gas barrel when he entered the room. This can be seen at minute 12 seconds. Okay, this is the video for speaker 1.
Student speaker Lisa Kamal, who will offer remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Raised in Malaysia, Lisa had never been to Wisconsin before arriving to UW-Madison as a freshman. Yet few students have embraced what we call the Wisconsin experience as fully as Lisa.
Okay, this is the video 2 for speaker 1. She said thank you to the whole audience.
Thank you, Provost Schultz, for that kind introduction. Thank you, Chancellor Blank, senior class officers, for this incredible honor.
Okay, this is the video 1 for speaker 2. Okay, Fatma.
Okay, next is speech content and structure delivery for the speech opening. Okay, for speaker one, the speech opens with a song sung from the speaker. It shows up as an interesting opening speech. So from this, she can attract attention from the audience. You can see the video clip at minute to 10 seconds. Okay, next, for the speech opening from speaker 2, he talked about the gas barrel he was carrying while he showed some pictures in the visual aids which had been prepared by him to further understand the audience. After that, he relayed that story about his childhood and the gas barrel. You can see some video clips at the minute 20 seconds and 42 seconds on the next slide. Okay, this is a video for speaker 1.
Raise a glass to freedom. Raise a glass to all of us. Telling the story of today.
And this is video 1 for
A barrel like
speaker
this
2.
down in our basement, filled with cans of food and water.
Next video 2 for
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war.
Now, I want to present about during the speech for speaker 1. She shared many things about her study. For example, the speaker shared her opinion how she listened to the Hamilton soundtrack in her junior year, which has been her coping mechanism until now, and always remember that. It can be seen at minute 2:33 seconds. After that, the speaker also shared about her experiences throughout her study at the university in a happy as well and sad tone. It can be seen at minute 3:41 seconds. And lastly, the speaker also gave words of encouragement for the audience to stay motivated with a confident situation. The video is on the previous slide, which is slide 4. Okay, this is the video 1 for speaker 1. She listened to the Hamilton soundtrack in her junior year.
My junior year of college, listening to the Hamilton soundtrack became my coping mechanism that would get me through the day. In case you don't know of the musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, it tells the story of an orphan and immigrant.
Okay, this is the video 2 for speaker 1 about her experiences.
Exciting. Remember those days? I could justify struggling in calculus or chemistry because I was only a freshman. And I thought that by the time I'm a senior, I'll be a pro at everything.
Okay, for the speaker 2, I will pass to Fatma.
Okay, during the speech delivery for speaker 2, there are many things that speaker 2 shared during the speech. First thing, the speaker shared all things about Ebola, which is an infectious disease, but the disease does not spread to the air. You can see at the minute 1:20 seconds for some details. Second is, the speaker talked about the country with a large epidemic, and he also shared how to save many people affected by the disease. This sharing at the minute 2:26 seconds. The third, he said the case was a global failure. Why the WHO was paid to monitor the epidemic, but they did nothing for this country. This is at the minute 2:57 seconds. Next, he said that failure to prepare could allow the next epidemic to be more dramatic and more devastating than Ebola. You can see about this at minute 3:22 seconds. Okay, last but not least, he told the audience about 3 reasons why the epidemic disease did not spread more at the minute 3:47 seconds. So, the speech from speaker 2 has enough material and information about the virus.
The next epidemic.
For speaker 2 at
Let's
minute
look at
120 about
I'm
Ebola.
sure all of you read about it in the newspaper. Lots of tough challenges. I followed it carefully through the case analysis tools we use to track polio eradication.
In next video 2, the speaker talked
Thousands
about
of
the
workers
country.
into these countries. And a large epidemic would require us to have hundreds of thousands of workers. There was no one there to look at treatment approaches, no one to look at the diagnostics, no one to figure out what tools should be used.
In next video 3,
And
WHO.
these things are really a global failure. The WHO is funded to monitor epidemics, but not to do these things I talked about.
In next video 4 about the failure to prepare.
The failure to prepare could allow the next epidemic to be dramatically more devastating than Ebola.
Okay, last about 3 reasons.
3 reasons why it didn't spread more. The first is there was a lot of heroic work by the health workers. They found the people and they prevented more infections. The second is the nature of the virus. Ebola does not spread through the air. And by the time you're contagious, most people are so sick that they're bedridden. Third, it didn't get into many urban areas, and that was just luck. If it had gotten into a lot more urban areas, the case numbers would have been much larger.
Okay, now I want to present about the speech conclusion. Okay, for the speaker one, the speaker ended her speech with a thank you as an appreciation to God and the people who have helped bring her to success and become a graduate. This can be seen at minute 6:56 seconds. After that, the speaker said that she felt proud because she could not imagine that she could give a speech on the Madison Broadway stage that day. It can be seen at minute 7:16 seconds. Lastly, she also finished her speech with a meaningful song and said congratulations for her fellow graduates. It can be seen at minute at 8:03 seconds. Okay, for the speaker two, the speaker shared the important things needed for this epidemic to be reduced. It can be seen at minute 6:11 seconds. After that, the speaker talked about a collapsing economy and also a very large number of deaths. It can be seen at minute 7:23 seconds. And lastly, the speaker also gave advice and precautions to be prepared for the upcoming epidemic. It can be seen at minute 8. This is the video one for speaker one. She ended her speech with a thank you.
At the end, I look back and keep thanking God, teachers and mentors, mental health counselors at the University Health Services, my family and friends who helped carry me through till today. I thank Lin-Manuel for writing his songs,
This is the video two for speaker one, that she felt proud.
reimagining diverse representations on the Broadway stage. Madison, I'll miss your winters, your sunsets, your super frozen lakes, but I look forward to the future that the University of Wisconsin has prepared me for. I love this school with all my heart. We're gonna teach them how to say goodbye one last time. Congratulations, Badgers.
This is the video one for speaker two.
Epidemic. What are the key pieces? First is we need strong health systems in poor countries. That's where mothers can give birth safely, kids can get all their vaccines, but also where we'll see the outbreak very early on. We need a medical reserve corps, lots of people who've got the training and background who are ready to go with the expertise. And then we need to pair those medical people with the military, taking advantage of the military's ability to move fast, do logistics, and secure areas. We need to do simulations, germ games, not war games, so that we see where the holes are. The last time a germ game was done in the United States was back in 2001.
This is the video two for speaker two.
The World Bank estimates that if we have a worldwide flu epidemic, global wealth will go down by over $3 trillion, and we'd have millions and millions of deaths.
This is the video three for speaker two.
Spaghetti or go down into the basement, but we need to get going because time is not on our side. In fact, if there's one positive thing that can come out of the Ebola epidemic, it's that it can serve as an early warning, a wake-up call to get ready. If we start now, we can be ready for the next epidemic.
Okay, next slide is about delivery skills and techniques. For speaker one, she always makes eye contact with the audience, such as looking to the right, looking to the left, and in front of the audience. You can see the video clips at minute 3:25 seconds. Next is she makes very good gesture and posture for this technique that can be easily seen and understood in a situation that she wants to illustrate what is to be conveyed. You can see at the minute 6:40 seconds on the next slide. And the speaker one also gives convention facial expressions in her speech. You can see the video for some her facial expression at minute 4:47 seconds. Okay, next, for delivery skill and techniques from speaker 2 are also the same with speaker 1. That the speaker 2 interact with the audience using eye contact. You can see at minute 1:40 seconds. Next, he also interact with the audience by making jokes, so that the audience can stay focused and doesn't get bored. You can see the jokes in the video clip at minute 3:11 seconds. And lastly, can I review delivery skills from the speaker 2 is He spoke one by one clearly and always paused to give the audience an understanding. He also does it every time. Next is video 1 for speaker 1. You can see where the speaker makes
I
eye
started
contact.
out college with big dreams. If all you managed to do was scratch the bare minimum, you are here today.
Video 2.
You're graduating today, and I'm proud of you. I'm immensely proud of you. I'd overwhelm myself past my breaking point.
Okay, next
I'd
video
chase things that
3.
would look good on my resume,
You
but
can
I'd
see
stop
that the
feeling
speaker's
passion
facial
for anything
expression.
I did or learned. And the truth was, all I wanted to do was sleep all the time.
Here is video 1 for speaker 2. You can
Case
see the
analysis tools we use to
speaker
track
using eye contact.
polio eradication. And as you look at what went on, the problem wasn't that there was a system that didn't work well enough. The problem was that we didn't have,
Next video 2, you
there's a
can
group of handsome
see that the audience loud
epidemiologists
to the speaker.
ready to go. They move in, they save the day, but that's just pure Hollywood.
Okay, now I'll present about the visual aids. Okay, for the speaker 1, the speaker does not use visual aids because of the speech in the graduation ceremony. You can see the surrounding at minute 7 seconds. Okay, for the speaker 2, the speaker uses the visual aids to further understand the audience what is to be conveyed. After that, the speaker uses high-touch presentation aids to support the speech. It can be seen at minute 3:30 seconds. Next, an effectively designed and not fibers. And lastly, the visual aids that the speaker use are simple and easy to understand. Okay, this is the video 1 for speaker 1 that she doesn't use visual aids.
People and band members for your special contribution to our program today. It's now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Lisa Kamal, who will offer remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Raised in Malaysia,
This is the video 1 for speaker 2. You can see the very
To be
high
dramatically
touch
more
presentation.
devastating than Ebola. Let's look at the progression of Ebola over this year. About 10,000 people died.
Okay, next, Fatma.
Okay, next for gestures and eye contact. Okay, for speaker 1, he also makes eye contact during the speech. The video clip that you have seen at slide 37. The next, when she sings before she starts the speech and before she ends the speech, she has very high confidence at that moment. For the video clip, you can see at minute 2:05 and 8:02 seconds. Lastly, she used the speaking area appropriately in that situation. The video clip at minute 1:41 seconds. And next for speaker 2, he gave an opinion and shared the problem with a surreal facial expression while showing confidence about the speech. The video clip at minute 2:34 seconds. Next, he also makes eye contact for every moment. The video clip that you have seen at slide 40. Next, he has very good gestures that can be easily seen and understood for every speech he delivers. Lastly, he used the speaking area appropriately, and even though the speaker is old, but his personal appearance is very appropriate. You can see at minute 4:11 seconds. Next video 1 for speaker 1. This video she sings before she starts the speech.
Raise a glass to freedom. Raise a glass to all of us. Telling the story of today.
In next video 2, the video she sings before and the speech.
We're gonna teach them how to say goodbye. Say goodbye. One last time.
Next video 3 for the speaking area appropriately.
Thank you, Provost Schultz, for that kind introduction.
Look at the
And then video 1
diagnostic.
for
I wanted
speaker
to
2.
figure
You can
out
see that the
what
speaker
tools should
facial expression. Next video 2, you can see in the video that the speaker is old.
is that we've invested a huge amount in nuclear deterrence.
Okay, now I will present about vocal variety and languages. Okay, for the speaker 1, the speaker used clear pronunciation and simple English that easy to understand. It can be seen at minute 3:11 seconds. After that, the speaker also did not quarrel in her speech because she always paused for a moment before proceeding to the next word. It can be seen at minute 4:24 seconds. After that, The speaker used appropriate language when she gives her speech to the audience. It can be seen at minute 7:25 seconds. Okay, for the speaker 2, the speaker's voice is easy to hear because he has high confidence when he gives his speech without stuttering. And lastly, the speaker used appropriate language with clearer pronunciation when he gives his speech to the audience. This can be seen all the time. This is the video 1 for speaker 1 that she used simple English.
This opportunity to be here at the prestigious University of Wisconsin-Madison did not come easy or cost little for any of us.
This is the video 2 for speaker 1.
While I was carrying the expectations of many, the heaviest ones were my own. When I didn't meet them, the person I disappointed the most was myself.
This is the video 3 for speaker 1.
Listen, I'll miss your winters, your sunsets, your super frozen lakes, but I look forward to the future that the University of Wisconsin has prepared me for.
Okay, that's all from me and my friend Fatma. Thank you.
Thank you.